I'm gonna start this episode like I start every single day. A beautiful song to get us up and motivated. As you guys know, the Winnipeg Jets completed an unreal comeback versus the St. Louis Blues, moving them on to round 2. Well, some Jets fans made a little song that has been stuck in my head all week long, and I think it's only fitting that we sing it together today. We want the Stanley Cup, cup, cup. We want the Stanley Cup, cup, cup. We want the Stanley Cup, cup, cup. We want the Stanley Cup. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Please do not clip that and send that anywhere. Just leave it between you and me. You probably realize this by now, but we are absolutely desperate. I have made every move imaginable to, on paper, put together the best team possible. Despite having a better team than any of the teams that we have looked at that we lost huge against, we have a losing record currently of 14, 19, and 3. Look at this roster. This is not the roster of a team that should be losing 7-2 to the Montreal Canadiens. We got 89 Tuck, 91 Byfield, 90 Keller, 89, 85. Top prospect, top pick, Seth Friesen. Like, even lines 3 and 4 are kind of decent for being third and fourth liners. What else do we need to do? You know what? I'm just going to say it right here, right now. Our next game is against the 15, 17, and 4 Montreal Canadiens. We are going to sim that game. If we lose, I am blowing up this entire Columbus Heat organization. I'm talking no role is safe. We'll fire every single scout, every single coach, and every single player. Okay, maybe not every single player, but every single coach, especially the head coach. Your job is on the line with what happens in this game right here. Okay, let's just cool down a little bit first. Things are getting a little heated in here, and get into everyone's favorite section, the comment of the day. As always, if you want to be featured, leave a comment down below. Our first comment comes from Tactics HD, who says this team is crazy. You listen here, Tactics, all right? Look me in my eyes right here. I'm telling you right now, if my team is not set for a playoff position, like at least competing for the playoffs at the beginning of next season, I am getting in my car and driving to your house. I don't care if I arrive at 3 a.m. I will have my Xbox in hand, and you better be there, and you better answer that door, because you will be fixing my team right then and there. All right, no starting fresh, nothing. I want you to work with what I have, since apparently you can fix this mess. All right, Tactics, you listen here. You know, I think we need to cool down a little bit. Hit the Stanley Cup dance again. Cup, 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 cup. Next up, we have Aiden, who says, Nasher, the first and only thing you need is to get a coach, and you will start winning games, I promise. That is what I am saying. Now, before I blow up my entire organization, is it just the coaching staff? Like, does one A- head coach take my team from dead last in the Metro Division to potentially competing for a Stanley Cup? I sure hope that the coaching staff isn't that big of a deal, but maybe it is. And today, after this game versus the Habs, we're gonna find out. Our final comment, little two-parter. Knight says, you draft Gilbert and then put him on a line with -2 line chemistry, yet expect him to develop. What a GM. Knight, first of all, how dare you question the techniques of Rostislav Nashrov? Second of all, let me show you. Hold on a second here. Take that back. Look at the lineup. All right, +1, +1, 0. I know at the beginning of the sim last time it was like +5, -2, all this stuff. No, all these guys for the duration of the sim, except like the first 2 games, have had positive chemistry with each other. None of it makes sense. I shouldn't be losing. The chemistry's good. The scheme fits good. All that stuff is good. Then Mr. The Cool Guy says he doesn't talk to players to fix their line scheme fit. Cool guy, I have had conversations with every player on my team, every coach on my team, and every single time I try to change anything about them, the red box pops up and it's like, no, I'm changing absolutely nothing. Thanks, boys. Gilbert, you are 19 years old and just joined the National Hockey League, and you can't change one thing about your play style? Like, come on here, boys. I'm trying. The good thing is none of this matters, because we're going to fire our coach and win a Stanley Cup next season. But thank you for all the comments. I guess next episode I might be in Tactics' house, you know, just chilling at his setup. That remains to be seen. Let's actually get into this thing. We are playing the Habs, and how could I forget? Last episode, we had potentially the worst moment moment I have ever seen in a hockey game. If you saw at the end of the game that we simmed and watched, Jake Evans threw the worst pass that I have ever seen, and we immediately cut him from our roster. So for that reason, Jake Evans, we are going to have to hit the X button, and you are at least temporarily scratched from the Columbus Heat organization. Oh, I think I may have just accidentally scratched Quentin Byfield. Let me fix that up real quick. Jake Evans, you are officially scratched. Now we need to find somebody to fill your spot. Who in the world is that gonna be? You know, looking at our AHL roster, not a lot of options to Jake Evans, I think you've learned your lesson. You're going back on the fourth line. I feel like I'm a reasonable GM. We sat down, we had a nice face-to-face meeting, and we decided it's probably best that you stay on this hockey team. Will you make it through the trade deadline? Probably not. But Jake, I just, I accept your apology for what transpired. Welcome back to the team, buddy. Congrats. I will stand by this. If we lose this game in any capacity, our head coach instantly gone. 0-0 hockey game versus the Habs. Period number 1. It is a 1-1 game. Quentin Byfield with the big goal on Wall. Keep this moving 2-2, and it is a 4-3 loss against the absolutely horrible Montreal Canadiens. Okay, just so you guys know, this is the roster that we were up against. You cannot tell me under any circumstance that the roster that I have is worse than this team right here. Lane Hudson's only an 86. Their best defender is only an 86 with 0 X factors. Who do they have in net? And their goalie, I forgot, Joseph Wall, 84 overall. So better defense, better offense, better goalies, and yet we lose the game again. Paris, I hate to do it to you. We brought you on with high hopes. When you chirped our roster before the season even started, I knew that this wasn't going to work out. I don't know why we went through with it. This will cost us $2, $3, $4 million. I would pay $10 million to get you off this squad, buddy. Say goodbye to the Columbus. Okay, what do we actually do here? What I could do is take our AHL coach, who honestly has been really bad. Come down, we'll promote Wong, who is currently covering the defenseman, and Wong, you're gonna be the head coach there, the AHL. Everybody send your congrats to Generous and Wong down in the comments below. But if we come over to hire coach, let's see who's still available. So Andre could be our guy. He is only 1.27 milli. We have 1.3 milli left in the budget. 4 years, A-. So we're going to send out an A- offer. Hopefully he accepts this and we can pick up this season so we don't have to tank the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and sim the next couple of days. Just make sure nothing crazy goes down. If he accepts our offer, I was going to accept... I was going to accept your contract offer, but the role you offered is already filled. I've tried this before. So if I come over here and let's say we demote this guy to an NHL goalie coach for the time being, that's generous. So we currently don't have a head coach. I'm going to try to hit the start button to hire a coach, and you currently don't have the head coach slot filled. So if I have an NHL head coach, I can send the offers to get a new head coach. If I don't have a head coach, I can't leave this screen and do anything. Like, I can't even hit B, I can't hit start, I can't hit anything. So there is no way to hire a new NHL head coach in the middle of a season, apparently. Okay, well, just another challenge that we are going to have to overcome. So we're gonna make him the head coach for the time being. I hate to do this, but this season may already just be a complete flop. We're gonna go ahead and sim to the trade deadline, see what the record's looking like. If by a miracle this roster starts to click and like the chemistry and the new coach something, then maybe we'll make the playoffs. But again, we are basically just tanking, hoping for draft picks. I do have some very exciting news to report. The Columbus Heat are currently not last place in the Metro, and actually we're only 3 points out of being up there with the Capitals at 5th. So hold on a second here. All hope is not lost on this season. That being said, I do have the ability to add a couple extra scouts. Like, I don't think we are at the full 20 yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab one more, like WHL maybe. OHL and WHL scouts are all really bad. I'm gonna grab one more OHL scout, whoever's the best available. I think this is all the money that we have, so we'll grab him, and yeah, that will put us Are we over budget? We might be over budget. It's gonna be close. And we did get an additional scout, so that will fill up all the scouts that we can get, at least for this draft. We also are putting together some big wins. There's been a couple trades coming in. None of these have been worth taking yet. I'm gonna wait until the trade deadline before we make some moves. That's a 9-game losing streak, a 10-game losing streak. This is unbelievable. 11-game losing streak with the team that we have. This is unbelievable. Boys, we have not won a game in the last month and a half of the sim. What is going on? Our first win in a month and a half is against the Winnipeg Jets. We are now 22, 33, and 5. Well, we have made it to the trade deadline. Again, I think a lot of this is coming onto oh gosh. Why is Spencer Knight? Hello? Did I put Spencer Knight on the block? Frederick's on the block as well. I'm learning a lot about our team here. All right, Spencer Knight and Frederick are the big players on the block for us. If we could pick up a defenseman to help us out next year, that'd be nice. But we could probably just wait till the end of the season, get a better draft pick anyways. Honestly, the defenseman I'm thinking most of getting rid of is Pellick, just because he's been messing up the chemistry of all of our lineups. He also is at 5.75 million, and he's only an 82, 83 overall right now. So we do have 2 trades. Again, we're just getting draft picks. His contract is up at the end of the year, so it feels like we may as well do this and then find somebody in the off season to fill his spot. So we'll just go ahead and take the 3 for 3. The team gets worse, but at this point, why not commit to the full tank? The other thing I've learned in this series is goalies seem to mean absolutely nothing when it comes to the sim. So there's not a single team interested in Spencer Knight, 88 overall. Not a single team at 6.7 million. Come on, man. The good news is there are 41 trade offers for Jake Evans for whatever reason. So I'm gonna scan through these real quick, see if any of them stand out. I would like to actually get somebody cheaper here. So if we can get a similar player for cheaper that has, 1 to 2 years left, I would be very happy with that. I think this one with the Penguins probably is our best move, and that's getting Wenberg, who is basically the same player but cheaper. He only has 1 year left versus the 2, but we do get a 5th in there as well. I'm gonna go ahead and wait. They sent that trade to me, no? Jake Evans, the worst player that I have ever seen in an NHL 25 sim, is now off the team. That's good news. Yeah, anybody in the league interested in a $4.285 million 73 overall? If I could just get a trade. Oh my gosh, we have a trade. Hold on a second. Becker, bottom 6 forward. He's 21 years old. He's got some potential. So yeah, we'll take the trade. Chamberlain has just opened up 5 million in cap space for us, so that's a W. That is huge. Okay, I think that covers everything that we can do in this trade deadline. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get out of here. That will be it. We're gonna be firing our coach anyways, and we also want to lose as many games as possible. So I was gonna go out and try to hire a free agent or something. Let's give Johnson here a chance. Maybe he develops a little bit, maybe not, but I think that's fine while we're trying to temporarily tank here. These coaches keep messing with my lines, man. I need Friesen to get some minutes. Give me Friesen up here with Tuck. Siplikov's been playing so well. I hate to have Farabee as a 4th liner, but I think we have to. And then give me Desnoyers up there in the 3rd. And this lineup doesn't look bad. It still doesn't look bad, and we just sold half our team away. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward to the end of the season. We'll update you guys on the final standings. Obviously, it is clear we are not making the playoffs after going on a 14-game losing streak or whatever that was. So I'll see you in a moment. Let's see what happens. We just went on a nice little win streak, after throwing away a couple of our key players and opening up cap space, attempting to lose, having a 65 overall in our lineup. We are now winning hockey games. None of it makes sense, dude. Someday we're gonna look back at these moments and just laugh, thinking back to where we came from, the GM that we once were. We had no idea how to even look at the draft. Now I feel like a master at this game. I know exactly what I'm doing. We really have come a long way from dead last in our first season to dead last in our 4th season. Way to be, Nasher. Way to be. Oh, and what do you know? Our last game of the season is a nice 1-0 win over the newly announced Utah Mammoth. What do you guys think about the Utah Mammoth? I mean, their logo kind of does just look like an ESHL creative team logo, but honestly, the mountains, the way the Mammoth's in there, I don't hate it. And the colors are actually pretty sick. All right, final standings here in the Metro Division. season, the Columbus Heat, after attempting to tank, have ended up above the Pittsburgh Penguins somehow, but still close to dead last here in the Metro. Coming over to the entire league. Let me scroll down here. It's always exciting seeing this. We are 28. So, you know, we could pull an Islanders and actually get the #1 pick for once. That'd be sick. I don't know who's available in this draft, but you know, there's always a chance. And in terms of our player stats, no one broke 80 points, with Byfield, Keller, and Kempe leading the charge. Zach Werenski 57 points as a defenseman. Friesen actually up there with 53 points. So Friesen starting to actually show his potential a little bit. He's scoring some goals. You know, Gilbert finally got a few goals on there too. I'm not super upset with this. All right, we're gonna sim through the playoffs here. Let's see who the Stanley Cup champs are, and most importantly, let's see what happens with this draft pick. I'm telling you what, if we jump up the way that we did last year, get a guy like Gilbert again in this draft, holy, we could be looking good. Look at the scouting from the scouts this time around. We have actually got some decent intel. I mean, okay, the intel could be a little bit better. There's a lot of elites down here, even pretty deep into this draft. So I'm happy about that. We have some guaranteed elites per the binoculars. We could be in a good spot here with all the new scouts that we acquired. The Stanley Cup champions are the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Penguins there is the Calder Cup champs. Congrats to the Carolina Hurricanes. They will be winning the cup in what, I don't even know what year we're in, 2029 at this point. And there is our draft lottery results. So Columbus to Columbus. We have not moved up or down. I'm actually happy with that. Pittsburgh Penguins moved from 4 to 1. San Jose got jumped again, just like they did in real life, and have dropped down to 2. And yeah, with the 6th pick, there were actually a lot of good picks in there. So I am totally okay with that. We'll get another good player with our first pick, or maybe we trade our pick for a good defenseman that's already NHL ready. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's another sad day. We need to look through the retirement of players and see some of these names that you grew up watching. I mean, shout out to Claude Giroux, NHL 13. That cover, absolutely legendary. Keeping it rolling down here. Zuccarello, Evander Kane, Tarasenko, Couture. A lot of big names on here. Nick Foligno at 41. He was still playing, which is wild. Oh, Panarin. Wait, what? Panarin calls it quits at 37 years old. So a little early there for Panarin. The NHL entry draft is today. Let's be smart here, boys. All right. This is really our last hope. We make one dumb mistake with one of these top picks, everything goes to shreds. All right. So let's actually dial it in. One good draft, a good coach hiring in the offseason. All of a sudden, we're a playoff team starting next episode. The Devils have been shopping around Timo Meier, trading block, hashtag Marchenko. All right, hold on. We got some big names up here. So with the 6th overall pick, Comrie's the top guy, and of course we have no intel on him. Every single time, if I had the 5th pick, if I had the 7th pick, I would know. Oh, it's right on the line too. Oh no. I mean, this is absolutely devastating. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, we kind of have to get one of these guys in the mix. I do not want to have to take yet another chance. We got lucky with Gilbert. Like, that one worked out, but it might not work out the same this time around. Sin to pick number 6, and now is going to be our opportunity. Please tell me there's one of our guys left. There's not. We are in exactly the same situation that we found ourselves in last time. There's no way, dude. We're dropping down to the 14th pick just for a 2 binocular elite there in Jared Shaw. And he's only 5'9", 165, so a little bit smaller there too. I don't think that's going to be the guy that we want to go with. And I want to give a huge shout out to A. Patrick on my scouting staff for providing me absolutely no information whatsoever about our top draft pick. I mean, I feel like we might have to take a chance. 30. Oh my gosh, dude. He is putting up points. 32 goals, 51 assists. Right wing, 180. I think we're going to have to take Comrie here, despite this being a little bit of a risk. Again, I don't know how we keep finding ourselves in this situation, but you know what? We're going to take the risk here. Comrie, please tell me that this is a good pick. Okay, so we ended up being 77 overall, minor scratch forward. Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, man. Oh, mine are scoring forward. Oh, it's got to be scoring forward, surely. What in the world? Hold the phone. For my 39th overall pick, they're willing to give me 2 defensemen, Hellison and Vlasic. Alex Vlasic, 83 overall for the round 2 39th pick? Hold on a second, boys. And an 80 overall? Wait, this could be the trade to save our organization, and I didn't even do anything. It came to me. Dude, this is huge. I like this a lot. I will absolutely take that trade. 2 new defensemen just popped out of thin air. I thought that was Vlasic, who's on the Sharks, and I was like, there's no way that he is still playing, but no, it must be his son or whatever. So huge signing. Oh my gosh, that has saved us. That wasn't even my upcoming pick. That was one we had further down in the second round. EA has finally done something good for me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I also did not realize I was on the clock that entire time. Okay, what's better here? Is it having the guarantee? We got the binoculars with the elite low or medium elite with 2. We're gonna go with Durant here. Grab a bit of a bigger player, and I'm okay with that. Oh, we have a gem medium starter goaltender available. So maybe our replacement for Spencer Knight. That could actually be perfect. Emrit Marco, welcome to the team. What a find. We're kind of dealing with the scraps here. We're getting a little low, but you never know when that hidden gem is just gonna come find you. Coop. Oh, Coop might be our guy, actually. Lefty, righty. He plays lefty and righty. Coop will absolutely take a lefty, righty just to have a little versatility later on. Why not? All right, that will take us to the end of the draft, as I think we might have actually got Comrie's brother in with our second to last pick. The top pick that we picked, I mean, that was just completely random, but could be brothers. We got a little brother connection. The next Quinn, Jack, and Luke Hughes potentially joining the organization. So huge pickups. Honestly, that worked out much better than expected, especially with the big trade for some random second round pick. We got 2 pretty nice defensemen that will now make our roster. So let's go take a look at our roster first before we get into free agency. I think we're going to be in a good spot if we can grab a good coach. All right, in terms of our re-signings, I don't think we're really losing much. We have Wenberg, Zub, Kaliev, Frederick. Again, none of our big name players, except we currently do have Byfield as an RFA. So this is where things are going to get a little dicey. I think something like this might be fair. Like, we'll give him 12 million times 7 years and then reduce some of these. He wanted full no movement clause for the entire duration, which is absurd. I think guarantee we'll give him the 4 years, 5, 6, 7, maybe make some moves. Something like this, I feel like could be fair. He's very interested in the contract, not super interested in the organization. So maybe we bring this up. Maybe we just give him the 12-5. I don't want to mess with this. But let's just try the 12 and see what happens. I'll get back to you tonight about the offer. Okay, so we'll find out that one quick at least. Smile still has some potential. We'll sign him to his 2-way. I'll just accept what these guys want. Sweat, I think. Sweat also had some potential. We'll give him basically the same offer. Okay, getting into some of our bigger names. Frederick here is definitely an interesting one. He's still 87 overall. He's only 31 years old, and he only wants 4 million times 3 years. At 87 overall, he shouldn't be losing too much in terms of his overall over the next 3 years. So I'm actually going to be okay with that. I'll give him what he wants. Kaliev only wants 2.875 times 2. I'm fine with that. We will give him. Okay, he has accepted our offer as well. In terms of our draft picks for this year, I don't know if we want to bring any of them on yet. We may just give him another year to develop. Let's see what Byfield says first and foremost. That's Frederick has accepted our offer. Okay, thanks for the stability. Let's go. Frederick, we got it at a good price. I'm happy with that. I have to reject your offer. There's nothing specifically wrong with it, but I need to test free agency. Oh, no. So good news is he is an RFA, so we can at least just qualify him for the time being, deal with the contract later on. So we're going to do that. We will at least qualify him, mess with the contract when needed. I think that'll be okay for the time being. All of these are good. Okay, we're going to send out a little bit more money to Byfield here. I would like to lock him in long term if we can. We got a modified no trade. We'll give him a few days, see what he says. Hold on here. Free agency is definitely not as exciting as it was last year. Bowen Byram, that could be our play for defenseman. We do need to grab one more defenseman to kind of fill in those final gaps, and Bowen Byram could be the guy. He has half interest in our organization. We have to pay him a little bit more than we'd like. I'd like to get him for like 6.65. But honestly, I don't want to mess with this. I think we're okay to send out this offer. We will send that, and we're gonna have to give him a few days. That could be big. Bowen Byram has declined our offer, went with another offer that's better, meeting my needs. That would have been huge, dude. And he ultimately ended up going to the Rangers. So that one hurts a little bit. And Quentin Byfield has rejected. The money offered is not enough, considering boosting the cash and then get back to me. Okay, sick. Wait, we did the cheese again. They ended up not accepting our offer. Then they accepted it for cheaper later on. So we tried to send him to 12 and he wouldn't take it. Now it is down to 11.5. Like maybe we could go 11.5, 7 years, do a little, I can't do the full no trade. Let's do something like this. You get 4 years guaranteed, 17 team no trade list. I feel like that's pretty fair. 7 years, 11.5 milli. Quentin Byfield, come on, man. Jake Wallman would be, I actually would not be upset with this. And again, we're just looking for like a second, third pair kind of guy just to round out the team. 6 million for, you know what? 6 million 4 years. Why not? No clauses. I'm okay with that. Let's see what he says on that one. Anyone else that's interesting here? Not really. Dude. Oh my, come on. We had a chance at Wallman and through. Please just give us Quentin Byfield. I have to reject your offer. The contract clause doesn't meet my needs. Okay, we'll try one last time. Farabee in a round 3 plus round 4. Farabee's always been, he's like sitting in third, fourth line, and he's got a decent overall. So we're paying like too much for a fourth liner. It's weird having him on the fourth line. I'm actually going to take this trade. We will take Wallman on the team. And yeah, after all was said and done, we ended up grabbing him. So that's good. While we wait for those guys to respond, it is our moment of truth here. We have got to get Andre. And if we can get him for a decent price, I tell you what, this could change this organization around. We're going to go 1.3 million on Andre, 4 years, A- overall coach. No one else we can afford that is an A-. I mean, these are all A pluses. They're all 6-7 million. We don't have that in the budget yet, boys. I don't feel the quality of the roster matches the challenge I am wishing to take on. What does that mean? Listen, I'm just gonna be straight up. I will pay you anything, Andre. Absolutely anything. I was going to accept your contract offer, but the role you offered is already filled. I still have that. Oh my dude. Oh, we did it, Andre. Bang! We have got our A- coach. I mean, it took me 8 different tries. It even said at some point that he was signing elsewhere. But we have got our A- coach. There it is, boys. We are back. Okay, what is going on with this Quentin Byfield contract? He's asking for 10.35 million right now. All right, I will give you your 11.75 at 7 years with the no move clause. There's no way he doesn't take this. Consider boosting the cash and get back to me. So we're working on this Byfield deal. It seems like he wants to do a 1-year contract just to get a feel for the organization. And I don't know if I love that. Our negotiations are looking good. So 3 years times 12 million is the best we could do. I was playing around with doing the 7-year contract. He wouldn't take it. So 3 years, it seems like he's a lock, no movement clause. This should get the deal done. Finally, we don't have to worry about this anymore. Okay, we still have to wait 3 days. Come on, Byfield. Oh my goodness. Okay, things are turning around a little bit here. Byfield back on the squad, locked in for 3 years. We have got to contend for the cup here in these 3 years. No question about it. Okay, I think we have done absolutely everything that we can to be in a good spot going into the next episode. We hired a new coach. We finally got our A- coach. I don't know how well of a fit he's going to be with the team. I don't know how it's going to work out, but it at least says A- on there. Second of all, we got all of our big names re-signed. I know the team, historically has not been the greatest, but getting Quentin Byfield for at least 3 more years is huge. We have our first line center locked up. We have got to make a push to the playoffs in this next season. There is no excuse not to. Looking at our lineup here, this is just the head coach preferred lines. I'm going to mess with these next episode, but the chemistry is actually looking really good with these boys. I would like to get Friesen some more minutes still. He's already up to an 86. Probably could finish the season season at an 87 or 88. This fourth line, yeah, Smiles, I don't mind getting some minutes, but Purinton, obviously, we can't have him being in the NHL at a 73 overall. So we'll have to make some changes there. Other than that, though, I think this roster actually looks really good. We have a good decor. It's just we're gonna have to figure out this chemistry. Okay, it seems like we're gonna have some issues getting the chemistry right, but I'm gonna mess with that later on. That's gonna do it for this episode. I'm feeling confident we're not gonna have to drive the Tactics HD's house, but there are no guarantees. If we do not make the playoffs next season, Tactics HD will be involved. You heard that here first. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. I know it was kind of a boring one, kind of just getting everything locked in and ready to go for this upcoming season, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Huge games, huge sims, and hopefully some Stanley Cup playoffs coming next episode. That's it for this one. Hit like, hit subscribe. We're on the road to 1 million, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.